Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I am really excited to bring you this awesome design video. Please give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button because I spent hours and hours and hours researching and brainstorming for you guys, and I am super excited to share with you some of the things that we have done in this video. If you are new here and this is your very first video on my channel that you've ever seen, hi, my name is Danny and I've been uploading a lot of Animal Crossing design tips and tricks, and I would love to have you follow along on this journey, so make sure you hit that thumbs up button and the subscribe button because you do not want to miss out on any more videos. As you can probably tell by what you see on your screen right now, we are doing multi-level or two-tier design ideas. I'm so excited to try this out. I thought up of a couple really cool designs for you guys, and I hope that you like them just as much as I do. So to start off with, you will need to terraform. So if you don't have terraforming unlocked, this could definitely be a little difficult, but you can still do it without making a little terraformed square in the middle of nowhere. You can still just kind of make it and block it off with fences or whatever you want. But I am going to terraform a large square or rectangle shape on the top level of my island. This in turn will serve as the top layer of my design. Once you have your area all figured out, you can go ahead and get some stairs or an incline and put that where you'd like it. Now there's a couple different options. You can just slap this guy right in the middle and it'll look something like this. You can also go ahead and put it on either side, which is honestly my preference. I like putting it right here on the side, but you can do this as well, and this will look something along the lines of this. And then I have another tip that a few people don't know. Maybe you don't know, maybe you do know, maybe you've done this on your island. If you terraform some land on the side of this little cliff area, you can actually make your incline go sideways. So I'm just going to show you guys what this looks like so you can see, and if it's something that you like, you can go ahead and do it on your island. It's not the way I'm going to be doing it here, but I wanted to show you guys just so that you had that option, and that way it's in your head when you're thinking up of your own ideas. So I do like how it looks, it just didn't fit the design that I was going for today. But anyway, here's how it looks. So I really like where it is on the side. I think it gives me a little bit more room and a little bit more area to play with, and it just kind of helps my designs a little bit more, I think. Let's see what you guys think, see if you like the designs or if you'd like these inclines to be in another area. Once you have your incline where you want it, you'll have to wait a day and pay it off, and you know, all of the fun things associated with the incline. Now I'm paving the area with this wooden walkway. This walkway is one that you can get with your Nook miles, so you'll just go over to the little machine and you can order that once you have the terraforming and the paths unlocked. And I am going to put this on the bottom layer and on the top layer for this particular design. And that's just because the colors kind of match and I didn't have to download anything for it. You can certainly download your own if you would really like something different than what is already in the game, but I went ahead and went with this. Next, I'm going to customize some simple panels, and this is a design that I downloaded off the internet. So I have a library wall that I really like on this simple panel. And this is so that I don't have to buy a ton of bookshelves or make a ton of bookshelves. You can buy certain bookshelves and you can make others. I don't have the DIY for these bookshelves. I actually got them from a friend, but I can't make them and she only had 4. So I thought using these simple panels as bookshelves was a great idea. And what I'm doing is I'm just lining them up side by side and they basically make a wall. Here is the design code if you decide you'd like to use those instead of the big bookshelves. Now I am still using some of these larger bookshelves because I don't really like how the panels come together. If you're going to be using panels the whole way around, they don't really overlap very well. I don't know if that's the words I want to use. They just don't look right in a corner. So this is what it looks like when you put the bookshelf up against one of the panels in a corner. And this is what it looks like when you just have two panels in a corner. It kind of overlaps, or I don't know, it just looks a little weird. So if you do the bookshelves up against the panels, they still make a really good wall. And I think that looks a lot better. So I'm doing these bookshelves in the corners and then filling in the rest of it with these panels, and it just looks like one big complete library. So now I'm going to go down to the bottom layer and pretty much do the exact same thing down here with the panels and the bookshelves, and I'm just going to make a little completed area on the bottom. Next, we are going to decorate, and I did struggle with decorating a little bit because I had ideas in my head, but it didn't quite fit into the area. I made it a little bit too small, I think. So I'm putting down this tree, and then I'm also going to put down some sofas. I have the brown sofas, and I think that they matched perfectly. They look so good. I don't know about you guys, but I think they look awesome. And then I thought it'd be really cool to put this little kitty area, maybe, if you want to call it that. So I'm adding a teddy bear, and I'm going to add some cushions, and I thought it was really super cute to just have this little cushiony floor area that it just reminds me of when my kids go to the library and what you see in the kid area. Of course, every library needs some extra seats, so I'm just putting these chairs that I got at the Nook store here, and I'm just going to put two of them side by side, and I'm going to use the matching stool in the center and put some books on top. I ended up having enough room to add a table by the sofas, so I'm going to go ahead and add a table in there. I didn't have a lot of choices for this, but I think it matches well enough, and you guys get the idea. For some finishing touches, I went ahead and added a few books on the tables and the floor, and this is pretty much how it turned out. I think this is awesome. I love it. I don't know about you guys. This is our second design. I absolutely love sushi, so I decided that I would try to make a little sushi cafe. A lot of you have been asking about cafes, and so this is the direction I went. This is using these simple panels again, and the design that you see is one of the ones that's already in the game, so you can customize a simple panel, and you don't have to download anything for it. It's just one of the lattice designs that's already in the game, so I went ahead and I made a bunch of those. I also customized a couple of the panels that you see here in the back with this sushi design, and I used this sushi stand as well. Both of these were designs that I got off of the internet, so you can see the codes here. If at any point you want to download them, just go ahead and pause the screen and you can download these designs. So I used that ramen style and the sushi design. Now the next thing that I thought was really cool is that you can customize hats, and a lot of people are customizing hats to look like food. So of course I was super excited to find this sushi bento box design because it fits perfectly with this whole concept. So I thought that was a great idea to just put on the sushi stand, and I'm just pushing it back as far as I can. That way there is enough room for a bunch of other things that I want to add to this area. After searching the World Wide Web for long enough, I was able to find a few more sushi designs that really fit in very well. So one is a design that I'm just going to put as a painting. So I'm just going to display it as a painting, and it's going to show up and look just like a menu. Now the other thing that's really cool about this design is you can put it on a simple panel, and when you put it on a simple panel it will double. So you can see down here I've actually put it on a simple panel and it's sitting in the back. Now this design that you see me working on now is so cool. You can download the full pattern or all of the parts. It's like 4 or 5 pieces from the designer. So type in the designer code, not just the design code. Type in the actual designer ID and you can get this awesome koi pond. So you can see I'm using a lot of the same furniture that I used in the previous set, and I just kind of set it up to look like a little cafe. But guys, I think this is such a cool idea. I don't know that all of the things in this sushi set all match perfectly, but you guys can get the idea. And if you have a cafe, or I saw a pizzeria, an ice cream shop, Starbucks, you can download any of those online and really make this cafe perfect for your island. Overall, I think it turned out pretty well, and I mean, I'd eat there. I love sushi, so I have no problems going there to eat sushi. So I know this area is really, really small and I can't really pack a lot more into this, but I did want to show you a couple different fencing styles with the koi pond, just in case you were interested in fencing it off. So I've used this fencing, and then I also used the orange colored fencing, the imperial fencing, just because it matched, I think, this idea with the sushi restaurant a little bit better. Now, like I said, it's really, really tight in there, so this fencing just does not work in this design unless I open it up a little bit more. Now, on to this next one. I am in love with this design. Guys, I am so excited about this one. I think I might take it down and make it even bigger because I think it's just such a fun design. This is a double layer camping cookout area. I think it's so cool. I've got a deck with a fire pit. It's awesome. Is this not awesome? This is awesome. So the very first part of this, if you want to use the same designs that I'm using, is you do have to put down a dirt path first all over the area and make it a little bit larger than what you want your deck to be. If you don't do that, then the deck won't lay right, or if you want to garden around it like I have, it just won't connect quite right. So after a lot of trial and error, I found out that I had to put down the dirt path, and I like the dark dirt path, but if you like the lighter one, or even if you want to use sand, you can do that. So this is a multi-section pattern, if you want to call it that. I'll go ahead and put the designer code on the screen, and you'll want to do it with the designer code, not just the design, because you need to download all of these different sections. It took me a little while to figure out all of the different pieces, but once I figured it out, it was so cool. Now I'm just going to go around and plant some red and yellow flowers just around the fence sporadically. There's not really any rhyme or reason to it. Eventually they'll all fill themselves in, but I thought it would be cool to just put them all over the place and make it look like it's a little bit more wild and in nature, and it's not as landscaped and perfect. Next, I'm adding these log stakes up top, and this is basically to act as a fence. I just thought it looked a little bit more campy and natural than an actual fence. It is a DIY, so if you don't have the DIY, find somebody that does, or just use any of the fencing, like some of the farm style fencing or even the simple fence would look great. Once I have the whole area fenced off, I am adding a wood burning stove up top. You can do this. There's also the different types of grills. You've got different types of fireplaces, like the pizza oven fireplace. You can really add anything you want up here. I just thought this looked nice for a little cookout area. And then I'm also adding a telescope up here. It just looked like the perfect spot to do all of your stargazing on a bright, not sunshiny, but moon and star-filled day. Now, what cookout and camping area would be complete without a fire pit? Am I right? We need a fire pit. So I'm just using the smaller fire pit. There is a much larger one. It would take up this whole area if I used it. So I'm using the smaller one, and I'm just placing down a couple different types of log stools and benches. These are all DIYs, but I chose 3 different ones just to show you guys the different options that you have. If you don't have all 3 of them, you might not have known that these 3 exist, so I wanted to go ahead and just display all of them so you guys know which ones you like and which ones you don't like. I also placed a set of firewood in the back, and you guys know how much I love my s'mores and my marshmallow kit, so you know I cannot have a fire pit without putting my marshmallow bag down. But we are in a camping area and we're having a cookout, and I think you need chips for a cookout. I found an awesome design online for a Lay's chip bag. I think it's really, really fun, so I went ahead and put it next to the grill, and we have a bag of chips. I've seen a couple of other really fun cushion designs, so I'll definitely have to do a video on just those because they are some of my favorite. I think they're so fun. But that is it for this area. It is complete. I went ahead and I waited my 3 days, and here it is with the flowers in full bloom. So this is what it looks like. I absolutely love how this turned out. I don't know what you guys think, if this is something that you would like in your area or on your island, but I love this, and I think I want to do it in an even larger scale somewhere down the road, but for now, this is what we've got. It's a nice, simple, easy design that you can do on your own island. Well guys, I think that is it for this video. I hope that you have seen a couple of designs that you like, and maybe there's some that you don't like. Let me know what you like and what you don't like in the comment box down below. Also, if you have any suggestions for content ideas or there's any designs that you want to see, please let me know in the comment box. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day and happy gaming. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!